first step is that
Mhm.
how, as a consultant, that you will create a new company in Tally ERP9,
Mhm.
and then
Mhm.
after the creation of the company, the next step is that we need to set up our chart of account. We need to create our
Mhm.
ledgers. Okay. Before starting this, I'm going to tell you about the navigation of the software. Like what are the different shortkeys we have in Tally ERP9. So at least you should know that the interface of Tally ERP9. Okay. So remember one thing, that these are the shortkeys like V, one underline, I with one underline. These are the shortkeys we have in Tally ERP9. Okay.
Mhm.
If there is one underline, right? If there is one underline, we use Alt key as a helping key, Alt A, because there is one underline. If I want to go in this work in
Mhm.
educational mode, so I'm gonna use the short key, which is Alt W, because there is one underline. Okay, but if there are two underlines, like if I want to go to this Tally shop, right? So that is two underline, S double underline. So then I'm going to use the short key control, the control key. You need to press control S because there are two underline. If there is one underline, if you want to change the language, then you're going to use Alt G because there is one underline. But if there are two underlines, you're going to use control as a helping key. If you want to go to this control center, then you can click this option, or you can use the keyboard, which is control K, because there are two underlines. Yeah. But if there is no underline, so then you have to use that specific key. Here we have F2. So you need to press only the F2. You will not use any other key here, right? So the short keys are
Mhm.
if there is one underline, you will use Alt key plus whatever the alphabet is, you need to press that. And if there are
Mhm.
two underlines, then you need to press control key plus whatever that the alphabet is. Yeah. And if there is no underline, you will press that specific key, right? So these are the most common short keys. If you're using Tally RP9, most of the time you will use this one. And remember one thing, that during the interviews also, uh, the interviewer, they will check you also that either you're using a keyboard or a mouse, because if the person who is a beginner, or if he don't know about that the Tally RP9, he will use the mouse also, right? But if you are
Mhm.
mastered in Tally RP9, if you are perfect in Tally RP9, then obviously you will use the keyboard, because we know that we will work more faster if you're using only the keyboard, right? So better try to use the keyboard when you're practicing by yourself at home. Try to use the shortkeys, try to use the keyboard only. Okay, so
Okay.
now I want to go in this educational mode, right? So I'm gonna press this. What is a shortkey here? That is Alt W. Why? Because there is one underline. Okay,
Okay.
so Alt W. So when I press Alt W, it will move to the first interface. It will go to the first window of Tally RP9, and here we have three sections. Okay, it is divided into three different sections. That is the first section. This is a second section, and that is our third section. Okay, the first section, it will give us the information about the company, that how many companies you have in your system, right? So whatever that the companies are open right now, we have only one company, right? This company is open right now, which is Burhan Builders LLC. So right
Mm.
now this current company exists in this system, right? And it will show us that current period starting from January 1st till 31st December 2020. And the current date, whatever the system date, the current date, it will come. Okay, one more thing, because we are working in the educational mode, so here we cannot change the dates. Okay, because the Tally, they did not give us that the complete access of the software, because we are not using the licensed one. It is an educational version, right? We are working in the educational mode, right? So we cannot use all the dates here.
Okay.
Just one. Okay, if you see here, work in educational mode, it said that you will not be able to enter transaction for all the days in a month, because then nobody will buy the license, right? If they give complete access of the software. Like in QuickBooks, we need to pay additional subscription for the payroll accounting. But in Tally ERP9,
Yeah.
we have like complete payroll. We can create everything in Tally ERP9. Only restriction is that we cannot change the dates here. Okay, so we are in the
Okay.
educational mode. That is the first section. In the first section, it will give us the information about the company. At what is the company right now? It is open, so it is Burhan Electronics. What is the current fiscal year? It's starting from January 1st till 31st December 2020. And what is the current date? It comes with the system date, but we cannot change the dates. And it will show us the date of last entry automatically. Whatever the last voucher you enter, it will that specific date will come. Clear? So this is our first section, which give us the information about your company, right?
Yep.
Okay, then we have the second section. Most of the time we are using the second section and the third section. In the second section, first we have this master. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
uh, master information. Whenever you have to enter the master data or master record or master information in the system, either it is related with accounting or it is related with the stock inventory. So then you need to go in this master. Now, what are that example of master data? Like I want to create different ledgers like cash in hand, petty cash, Noor Islamic Bank, Dubai Islamic Bank. I want to create different
Mm-hmm.
expense ledger, right? So that information, that is a master information. So I need to go in this master and account info. Similarly, we have different stock like keyboard, mouse, CPU, right? We have tires, wheel. These are our stock items.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to create these stock in the system in Tally RP9. So I will go in the master, but in inventory info, right? So here in the master tab or in this master option, we have like three different options. Right now, the payroll info is not coming. The payroll info where you need to create your employees, departments, pay heads. That is a payroll master information, the master record. But that feature right now it is not activated. We will cover that topic in the payroll account. So basically, in the master data, in the master information, you will enter the master record of a company. Then we
Mm-hmm.
have transaction. Transaction means that if you want to record a transaction, an entry, I want to record an invoice, I want to record a sale order or a purchase order. These are what transactions. And it is also divided into further two categories, that we have accounting transaction like accounting
Mm-hmm.
entries, debit or credit. I want to do a payment to the vendor or customer. I want to record an expense entry, an income entry. I want to make a sale invoice, purchase invoice, right? So then I will go in this accounting voucher. But if it is related with the inventory, I want to do a stock transfer from one location to another location, right? So then I'm going to use inventory voucher because it is related with the inventory. Clear? So
Okay.
that is
Got
the
it.
transaction. Then we have this utilities. In the utilities, like we have import data. If you want to import the data, from an Excel file, right, into Tally ERP9. So then we're going to use this import data that is related with the banking, like if you want to do that bank reconciliation, right? So then we use
Mhm.
this, the banking tab, the banking option here, right? After this master and transaction, the most important one is the reports. Okay, we need to create
Mhm.
our balance, we need to create our final accounts at the end of the month or every end of the year. Okay, so these are the most the common reports, which are balance sheet, profit and loss, stock summary, ratio analysis. These are the most common reports which you need to check either at the end of the month or end of the year. Okay,
Okay.
but if you want to display day-to-day reports, for that you need to go into this display, right? How many invoices we enter today, what is the stock status, right? So day-to-day operational reports you can check in the display, because most of the reports you will find in the display option. Okay, and if you want to go one step back, either you can cancel this one or you can use the escape key from the keyboard. If you press escape, it will go one step back.
Mhm.
Clear? So most of the time when you're working in the company, you are using either the masters, you are using either the transactions, or maybe you're using the reports most of the time. Okay, then we have the third section. Third section, here we have different short keys. The third section, the first option, if you look here at the top, that is select company. Let's assume it that if you have already 2 to 3 company codes and you want to open these company codes, right? I have like we have like Aburhan Electronics. Let's assume it that we have Aburhan Automobiles, right? So if you want to select
Mhm.
your companies, right? So then you need to go here F1 to select the companies. If I press F1 or if you click here, it will give us the list of all the companies which we have in Delhi RP9. So right now we have only one company, which is Burhan Builders LLC, and the company code, the company number is 10,000.
Mhm.
Yeah. So this is what select company if you want to open your existing record, existing companies. Then we have shut company. Like you have 4 or 5 companies open here and you want to close all of them and you want to work on only on this company. So then you can shut this company. The short key is Alt F1 because there is one underline. So then we're going to use this shut company because I want to close the company. Yeah. Then we have this date.
Okay.
If you want to change the date, right, that is a single criteria. For example, your boss said that he wants to check that how many vouchers you enter today or how
Mhm.
many invoices you enter on 10th of April, right? So that is a single criteria because he give you the only a single date, 10th of April. So then you need to go here date. You need to press F2 only because there are no underlines. So you need to press F2. So when you press F2, it will give us only a single date, right? So that you can enter only 10th of April. Press enter. It will filter the report because it is only a single
Okay.
criteria. You can press escape key to go one step back. So that is a date, F2 only, because there is no underline. But what if your boss give you a criteria, 2 criterias that he wants to check the report between 10th of April till 15th of April. So then you need to press Alt F2 because there is one underline. So Alt F2.
Okay.
So you can give a range. You can give the range from 10th of April to 15th of April. That is what
Okay.
the date, the period. Period means the month. Yeah. Then
Yep.
we have this company info. Company info means if you want to edit some company information. This is what I already created one company which is Burhan Builders LLC. If I want to edit some information, right, related with this company code, so then I'm gonna go here. Alt F3, company information. So when I click this, it will give us this company information where we have select company. If you want to, if I want to open any other existing company, so I'm gonna go select company. That is to connect a company online, right? Then we have this shut company. If you want to close this company, then we can select this option shut company. And if you want to create
Mhm.
a new company, so then you need to go here create company. If you want to edit the company code, if you want to edit this Burhan Builders, so then you will go
Mhm.
click this Alta or the short key. Look, it is highlighted in red. It is A. I'm going to use enter. So when you press enter, so yes, I want to edit this. If you press enter, it will open us that company information. And if you want to change any information, you can change it here.
Okay.
So I'm using escape key to go one step back. Then this change televault. If you want to change the password, you can use this change televault. Split company data. This is used to for that financial year closing at the year end. This one is used to for the backup if you want to take a backup, and then restore is used if you want to restore a backup from one computer or from one laptop to another one, and that is quit if you want to log it from the system. Clear? I'm gonna press escape key again. So that is what company information. That is Alt F3 is the short key because there is one underline. Connect is used if you want to connect this online, right? So then you're going to use this option to connect.
Mhm.
Okay, that is to disconnect also right now because we don't have that the license software. So right now it will not be connected. Then
Mhm.
the most important the tabs here, the option are these two, the features and the configurations, right? By
Okay.
default, there are different features or the configuration which are not enabled, are not activated. Time to time, we will enable those features and configuration. Like if you want to enable the payroll feature, so then you have to go here F11, and it is related with the accounting feature. So you need to go in the accounting feature, and in accounting feature, we need to active this option if you want to use the payroll accounting in Tally ERP9. So then you have to make this
Okay.
option
Okay.
and yes, right? So there are like different features. Time to time, step by step, we will activate those features and configuration in Tally ERP9.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are the three and the most important section. That is the first section where you will get the information about your company. This is the second section where which we will use to record master information, to record vouchers or entries, transactions, and that is the third
Mhm.
uh, uh, the section where we have multiple different options will come. Clear? So right now
Okay.
we want to create our own company. I want to create a new company. Okay, so I'm gonna either you can use uh, either you can go here company info and create
Mhm.
company,
Yeah.
or if I press escape, I will shut this company. If you select this, shut this company, this window will come, and from here I can also create a new company. If you see here, login as a remote
Oh.
user, login as a remote user if you buy the remote access. Like if you have, let's suppose you took, if your company is located in Ajman or in Dubai,
Mhm.
right? And you want to remotely access the system in Ajman also. So then you have
Mhm.
then you have to log in as a remote user to access the Ajman branch data.
Okay.
Okay. So right now we need to create a new company. So we need to press this uh, create company, or you can press C or you can press enter. So when we press enter, it will move to this window from where we need to enter the master information or detailed information about our company. So first we have this directory. Directory means that where this company data will be saved. So it is saving in the C drive in a folder user public TeleRP9 and a data. So in this
Okay.
location, your data, your company data will be saved. right? So then the name of the company. So we're gonna enter your name. Let's suppose it is Leo, right? Leo.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, go ahead.
Electronics LLC. Press enter. So that is the mailing name. Enter. And that is the address information about your company. Let's suppose I'm gonna enter Al
Mm-hmm.
Musalla Tower 503 Dubai. Press enter.
Okay.
Enter, and the location, the country. So if you press look, list of countries are open here. Just write the first three letter UAE. It will come automatically. So it's UAE.
Okay.
Enter, and then the Emirates. This is very important. As per the VAT point of view, you need to select your Emirates. So we are located in Dubai. Enter. You can mention the contact in the phone number, that is
Mm-hmm.
like landline number, that is the company
Mm-hmm.
mobile number, whatever that the fax is there. You can mention the company official email ID, that is the website information of the company.
Okay.
Here press enter. So when you press enter, here we have two options: financial year beginnings from, and then we have books beginning from. For example,
Mm.
in UAE, financial year is starting from January 1st and ends on 31st December 2020,
Okay.
right? So that is from 1st January, and books beginning from. Assume it that your company, they started doing business in UAE in month of March. So you're
Mm.
doing accounting from March. Financial year
Mm-hmm.
beginning from 1st January. But your company,
Okay.
they got the trade license in March, right? So you can mention the March information from 1st March 2020,
Okay.
right?
Got it.
So right now we cannot change
Mm-hmm.
the date, so I'm not changing anything. Press enter. That is Tally Vault password if you want to enter the password, right? So you can enter the password, right, and press enter. That is a second password. Second password means that if you want to protect your company data, like if you want to
Mm-hmm.
protect this Clio Electronics, or if you want to if I
Mm-hmm.
want to protect Burhan Builders, right? So then I can
Mm-hmm.
enter here the password here also. Clear?
Okay.
So press enter. So when you press enter, it will go here that statutory information that is related with the tax, right? So you want to enable
Okay.
the VAT? Yes, I want to enable the VAT. So make this option yes. Press enter. Then we have TRN number. TRN number, that is a 15-digit alphanumeric code, text registration number of a company. Press enter, and the registration date. Let's suppose our registration date is from 1st January 2020, and we need to submit the VAT return either quarterly or monthly. So we are submitting our VAT return quarterly, right?
Okay.
Enter, and the first
Yeah.
quarterly tax period starts from 1st January 2020. Okay, then press enter. This is what base currency information, right? Base currency information,
Okay.
base currency symbol. We are in UAE, so it is AED. Enter.
Mm-hmm.
Formal name, that is UAE dirham. Enter. Then suffix symbol to amount. Do you want to use this symbol AED with the amount like this?
Mm-hmm.
AED 1000 like this. So yes, I want to use the symbol with the amount. So I'm gonna make this option yes. Just press Y only and press enter. Add space between amount and a symbol. So yes, and
Yes.
show amount in millions. So that is the same yes. And then number of decimal places. Number of decimal places like this 1000.00. How many decimal places you want? So we
So,
need two only. And the word representing amount after decimal, it is fails. 50 fails, 25
oh,
fails, 75 fails, right? And the number of decimal places for amount in words are same too. Clear? So if you want to, now I want to save it. So if you want to save anything, save data in Tally ERP 9, the short key is Control+A.
Save data.
If you want to save anything in Tally, Control+A to save, right? You can press double enter to save, enter to save, or Control+A to save. Both are same.
Okay, okay.
So look, once we save the data, our company is created and information is coming on the first section on the left side. Clio Electronics LLC, and that is the financial year, and that is whatever the current date. Right now we cannot change it because we are working in the educational board, but when you're working in a live environment in a company, whatever the system date is coming, it will appear here.
Okay.
Clear? So we're done with the company creation. Cleo, any question till here?
Currently, it's actually clear for me, but I would really appreciate it if I have the software here on my end. I will try to create my company too.
Yeah, that we will install after this training. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, next step is what? That I will go to create this chart of account.
Mm-hmm.
We need to go in the masters, right? And in master, where we will go? Account info or inventory info?
Accounting. Okay.
Where we will go?
Account info.
Account info, because it is related with accounting. So we go in account info, enter. Now in account info, we have further two options. One is group and one is the ledgers. Okay. By default, in Tally ERP 9, groups are already there. If I press enter and if I display this, these are groups. By default, groups are already there in Tally ERP 9. We can create a new one also, but most of the groups are already there. Now, what is the difference between the groups and the ledgers? We have two options, groups and ledgers, right? So what is the difference between groups and ledger? Cash on hand, petty cash. That is ledger, but their group is cash.
Okay.
Emirates NBD,
Ah,
Noor Islamic Bank,
ledger is the individual.
these are individual
Go ahead.
ledgers, but their group is they are coming under bank accounts.
Okay.
Office furniture, office computer, land, building, plant, machinery. These are individual ledger, but they are coming under the group fixed assets. We have entertainment expense, electricity, telephone expense. These are individual ledgers, but their group is indirect expenses. So in Tally, groups are already there. Most of, like, all the groups are already there. We don't need to create a new one. We can use a standard one, no issue, right? But ledgers are the one which we need to create, and by default two ledgers comes automatically. One that is cash on hand, and the other one is profit and loss account, right? So these two ledgers are already there. Like groups are already there, all of them. You can display. That is a list of all the ledgers, the groups, right? But if you want to create the ledgers, by default two ledgers are there. One is the cash account and one is profit and loss account.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, I got it.
so I want to create a new ledger. So our first ledger is, that is cash on hand, and under the account type which is cash, right? So that is our first ledger. So how we're gonna create this? We go in account info, right? In the master we have account info, or the short key is A. We need to go in the ledgers, the short key is L, and we need to create, right? So there are two
Yep.
different options. One is create single ledger and create multiple ledgers. So we need to create a single ledger right now. So press enter. So first you need to give the name. I'm gonna give the name, that is cash on hand, press enter.
Mhm.
That is alias, like a short abbreviation you can give COH, but no need to give it, not recommended. Okay,
Okay.
then press enter. When you press enter, this cash on hand coming under which account group? So that these are the groups. Okay, so if you press the
Okay.
first three letter, like cash is coming under cash in hand, right? So you just write CAS. If you click here CAS, it will come.
Mm-hmm.
So press enter.
Okay.
Right, provide bank detail, no need. Enter, and if there is any opening balance, you can enter the opening balance here, and then enter to save, or control A is the shortcut to save it. Similarly, next we have petty cash. So petty cash, enter, enter, it comes under cash on hand, right? So same, press enter, enter, and if there is any opening balance, you can enter the opening balance and then save it. Control A to save it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next I'm going to create another
Mm-hmm.
one. This is what Emirates NBD. We have multiple banks: Emirates NBD, Noor Islamic Bank, Dubai Islamic Bank, EDCB Bank, and I know that all of them are coming under bank accounts. So we have two
Mm-hmm.
options to create the ledgers. First, I created one by one. Cash on hand coming under the cash in hand. Then I created petty cash, again single, one by one ledger. But I know that they have the same groups, all these banks, right? So I want to save my time. So I'm going to use this multiple ledgers here. So if you press enter, they are coming under
Mm-hmm.
bank account. Here we have like that overdraft account and over credit accounts are there. So right now it is what? Bank accounts. So enter, and we have, let's suppose, Emirates NBD. Enter, coming under the
Mm-hmm.
bank. If there is any opening balance, you can mention. Then we have Noor Islamic Bank. Enter, enter. We have Dubai Islamic Bank. Enter, enter. We have ATCB Bank. Enter. So this is how you can create multiple ledgers at once. Enter, enter
Mm-hmm.
to save, or control A to save,
Yes.
right? Similarly, I want to create some assets. So create, because they are coming under the fixed asset. So enter, we have land, we have buildings, we have plant and machinery, we have vehicles, we have office furniture, right? Enter and save it. So this is how you will create multiple ledgers. You can create single ledgers or multiple ledgers, both of them. But when you are master in Tally ERP 9, then try to use to create with the multiple ledgers. Okay, right now you are doing
Okay.
practice, so try to use single ledger, because you will see different options here. Okay, like if I
Mm-hmm.
want to create another bank, let's suppose um, I'm gonna create uh, First Gulf Bank, because we need to enter some information also in the bank accounts, like this information is not coming in the multiple, right? So first go with the individual ledger, single creation, right? That is a bank detail, bank account information, right? And if there is any opening balance, you can enter the opening balance and then save it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is how we create ledgers in Tally ERP 9. And if you want to edit something, like I want to enter that the fixed asset details, right? So I will go
Okay.
into this single ledger and alter, and here we have this
I'll do
building.
it.
Enter, and you can edit the information here. It is either taxable or what. So if you want to change it, this building location is in Abu Dhabi, so I want to change this, right? Enter, save it. So this is how we
Yes,
can
okay.
add it in the
Mm-mm.
single ledger creation alter,
Alter.
right? Or if you want to
Alter.
delete
Okay.
something, look, by default we have two ledgers,
Okay.
cash or cash on hand. We created cash on hand, right? I don't want to use
Yeah.
this cash, so I want to delete this. So if I press enter, look here, that is to quit, that to accept means to save. Control A is the shortkey, right? But I want to delete this, so this is the shortkey with one underline, so it is Alt D and press enter. So this is
Okay.
this that cache ledger is deleted, which is by default in Tally
Ah,
ERP9. So if you want to delete anything, delete, it is Alt plus D,
okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's easy.
right? So this is how we
Mm-mm.
create the ledgers. And if you go into the alter, right, remember Alt D is to delete. You can add it into the alter, or here we have this opening balances if you want to enter the opening balances. Yeah. Now the last is that I want to check the report. Okay,
Okay.
here ledger creation. For that you need to go in account info. In account info we have ledger and then create. Okay, and if you want to check the reports,
Mm-hmm.
the short key, that is DL, and the report,
DL.
yes, DL is the short key, and the menu path is you need to go into display, and in display we have an option
After.
that is list of account. So that is the short key
Uh,
DL. Okay, we can work more
mm-mm.
faster. Look, that is display, so what is the short key? D. So from the first page you can
Let.
press D and then L, because if I press enter,
B.
this is what list of
Mm-hmm.
accounts, so L is the short key,
Ah.
right? So if I go
Mm-mm.
to the first page from here, if I press DL directly, DL, so it can open the list of ledgers, the list of accounts, right? So currently we just created these ledgers right now, right? Under the bank accounts, that is a group, we have multiple ledgers: ADCB Bank, Dubai Islamic Bank, Emirates NBD, First Gulf Bank, right? If you want to see only the groups, so that is what groups. So Control G, so it will give only the groups. If you want to see the ledgers, Control L.
Okay.
Clear?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So we done with our first chapter, that we created the company, we create the chart of account,
Mm-hmm.
we added it from
Uh-huh.
the alter, we
Edit.
delete, the short key is Alt D. If you want
Mm-hmm.
to delete anything in Tally ERP9, Alt D is the short key. We enter
Yep.
the opening balances and we check the report also.
Yep.
Any question you have?
Mm. So far, I'm good.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we done with our first chapter. So what you need to do,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna share you this files also. This so you need to
Mm-hmm.
create this list of ledger by yourself, and we're gonna install the
Okay. I will.
software also. So you're
Yeah.
on the laptop, right?